Right, good evening and welcome to part 3. Is it, Ayrton?
Part 2.
No, it's part 3 now. I did another one whilst you were at school. Part 3 of this Pirates of the Caribbean build. What I've done today is I've taken all these parts off for sections 15 through to, is it 22, and cleaned them up, so we're just ready to go. So this should be a quicker video tonight. What do you say, Ayrton?
Yeah.
Right, last time we put the hull size on and I taped it all up to hold it all in place, and I've removed the tape and you can see what we've actually got to now. One thing we do need to look after is just here at the back there's these little cracks, and I'm hoping that you can pick that up in this light. There's a big crack there right the way through, and I was mentioning about this sprue goo that we've used and that we've made from the dead little bits of sprue. We've put them in liquid cement and it's all in there, so I'm going to show you how we're going to use that as well. So let's just grab toothpick, and I like the sprue goo a little bit thin, so if I dip it in it will drip off a little bit. That way I'm just gonna, can you see, Ayrton, what we're doing here? Yeah. Just gonna run it into that gap, just like so. And because it's a little bit thinner than a sort of standard filler, it will just find its own level. It's not too thin, so it won't just sink in and disappear. I've done this side here already, and that's all dry, so I can show you what we're going to do with the dry bit. I'm just finishing this off here. That's a bigger gap, so we'll just pop it on. What you do need to do is make sure that you don't stick it on and sort of keep touching it, because it will string. I'll show you what I mean by that. On a little bit of sprue. If I get a bit of sprue here and dip it on and touch it, and then keep messing with it like that, it will actually just start to don't know whether you can see that, but it forms little strings. There it is, it's starting to go now. So if you mess about with it too long, it just gets a bit silly. So that's that. Okay, so what we're going to do is put some of these bulkheads on. So section 15, got the bulkhead and 2 ladders. Make sure you've not got any of that sprue goo on your hands, and that's just going to fit against this quarter deck here. So we're going to pop this in first. 2 little holes in the bottom. Pop those in. I have done a little test fit of these pieces, so I know they all fit, but they are a little bit tight. There we go. That's one side in, that's 2 sides in, and then you just push it in like that. Just going to get a little bit of cement and touch bottom section. And just give it a little push. Push it into fit. And then I'm just going to cement it at the top. We're getting to a stage now where there's a lot of parts being added to this ship hull. So you're more likely to break things off at this point, so you've just got to be quite careful. Right, ladders. So both the same, B29, and there's a little hole up there and down there. So just gonna oops, a little bit fiddly. I'm just going to put a little bit of cement on that just to give it something to purchase too. There's only one way it can go because there's a little hole in the bulkhead. There. The light's not brilliant, so I'm hoping that this is actually showing up. Okay, that's one side. Do the other side. Now remember, I didn't put the cannons on the deck because I want to paint them separately, but it doesn't really matter. We've got cannons that go under these steps, but it won't be a problem. We can just slide them under. There we go. You see? So we're going to do the one at the front, the poop deck. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the poop deck, isn't it, at the front of the ship?
What's the poop deck?
The poop deck is that deck at the front of the ship. Yeah? Put a little bit of cement on that. You see? Do you want to put that one on?
Yeah.
Go on then. Just goes on like that. Try and turn yourself a little bit so you can see in the video. Lens is there. Nice and gentle. Get it in the bottom first and then just, that's it. And just there. That's it. That's it. Pop it on there. Good lads. Have a look. So let's pop that in the right place. We just need to push that. So remember, this is a clip to fit model, so that's where it actually just pushes in and clicks. It's actually quite a good little fit, that. And we've got two small ladders to put here, so we'll do the same thing. So we did for the quarter deck. Look. They are a little bit fiddly in this light, I have to say. Might be easier. With a little help from these. That's it. Give them a little push. Okay, so those ones. We've got the ship's boat. Oh, actually, we've got a piece there that I didn't cut off, but we can do that in a little later. Where the ship's boat fits, we've got another one of these, which is a little opening. Let's have a look. So we'll pop that on there. Clicks in nicely. That fixes it. And then the little boat we've got here, little ship's boat, is going to go on there. I'm not going to glue that because I want to be able to paint it all. Okay, but it's really starting to look like the black pearl now. And we've got this bulkhead at the front and the bowsprit to put on. So again, a little bit of cement on there. Stick that on. It's a little bit stiff as well. You might actually have to slide it down. Sorry, I keep coming out of camera shot.
I'll be cameraman.
Ah, there we are. It's got a big, like, hole thing on there that just sort of clips into.
I'll be cameraman.
You could be cameraman, couldn't you? You could. It's sort of on the little tripody type thing at the moment. We could use a little bit of sprue goo on these sections here because it does look a little bit unsightly, but it's not too bad. Not too bad really. And then this one, I presume will just fit in there like that. Let's have a look. Fiddly. Right, there is a hole and a little thing to click it onto, should expect. It doesn't look right at all, that, so what I want to do is have a little look on the box and see actually how it fits on, if there's a picture of the bow, and yeah, there sort of is here, a little picture here. And I think we just have to be a bit firm with it and really push it down, and it fits along the top of this piece here. Give it a little push. There we go. And then we've got these two pieces that just fit on either side of it. A little hole at the top here, and fits into that. Just going to pop a little spot of cement on there. Put the other side on. There is a little thing at the front, so that will go through the hole on the other side. we'll just slightly snapped a piece there, but I think we'll be able to glue it okay. There we go. And just give that a little bit of a click at the front. There, right, it's clicked in now. Now it's a bit tricky that, and that thing has just fallen off. It's broken at the other side, so it would have been easier to glue it had it have stayed attached. And there it is, so we'll just glue this into place first. Pop a little bit of cement on the end. I'll have to use tweezers for this one. I don't know whether you can see that without me losing it, but it's just come off the end. Right, it's not an easy fix in this. Should be paused in the camera, but we always speed this bit up or take it out. Just going to put a little bit of cement on the side of the hole as well. There. Okay, you see? So when that cement dries, it should stay in place. I'm just going to fix the other side as well. And I'll use a little bit of tape just to hold that in place. There we go. Okay, so now we've got the figurehead, which is this little angel type thing. 2 pieces. Okay, darling, yeah. 2 pieces. I'll just stick that one together. There we go. And then we'll fasten this to the bow. And there's a little peg right on the front there that it will go on to. It says, I mean, part of the problem is because it is a clip to fit. So a lot of these little parts are actually quite fiddly and quite hard to get on. And it's almost like you're supposed to give them a bit of force to click them on, but I'm not used to giving such force to parts. There we go, it's on. So it goes on at a slight angle, just have to do a little rocking motion. There we are. She's on there. I don't know what she's called, but maybe she's called Pearl. Right, let's have a look what we've got now. We've got the bowsprit, so this one is just gonna fix onto here. Now, part of me was considering not putting these on yet. I was waiting until I'd sprayed it, and I'm thinking now that I might just put them in place for this video, but not actually glue them. And these are the sails furled up on the bowsprit. See if that will just click on there. Probably put that on. Yeah, it does click on like that. I did consider actually using some fabric for remake the sails, but he wants it on his shelf, does little man, so I want to do it a bit quicker. So in terms of the masts, you've got the foremast here, again with a furled up sail at the bottom. I'm not sure what that sail's called. Is that a sprit sail? Something like that. Someone might be able to tell me. And we will put that into there. Main mast. Put that into, not there. Or does it? Yes, it does. But this goes on first. You've got this capstan. Okay. One side is a little bit. Oh, I'm not gonna stick that on because we want to take these off, don't we? So one side is a little bit deeper, so that just fits on there quite nicely. Main mast. Goes on. Again, just clicks in. And then, is that the mizzen mast? That one will click into there. There we go. So it's really come together quite quickly. And we haven't needed any glue. They've actually all clicked in quite nicely. So if you are building this without glue, you can see that it's okay to do that. Now, just these sections here where I've used this filler, I'm just going to show you. Actually, once we've filled it and it's dry, we can just go around with the nail file and just give it a little clean up. And it's filled those quite nicely. As I've mentioned, I can't really see what I'm doing here in this light, but once we've primed it, we'll be able to see exactly if we need to smooth it a bit more. Just come turning around the other side, we can just give it a little bit of a clean up. There we go, we can leave that top section because it's still drying. Some of it has just seeped in to that crack. So I will just pop a little bit more on there, like that. And we'll leave that to dry. And that's the end of this one. Okay, so that's where we're at with the black pearl. So hope you've enjoyed that one. And I've got the stand there as well, which we can just stand it on now. And we will come back in part 4. And in part 4, what we're going to do, we're going to actually have a look. We put that part on there, which I forgot in that one. We're going to put all the yard arms on, the shrouds, anchors, fighting tops, and then we start putting the sails on. But I think what we'll probably do in the next one is some painting. So we'll get the airbrush out and we'll do some painting and weathering. Okay, thank you.